Hi, and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Ali Navarro, nutrition chef with Greener Planet, and today I'm going to make something colorful and very hydrating. And that is, can you guess just by looking at this? That's right, it's a cucumber and black bean salad. So stay tuned and learn how to make this. For our first ingredient, you will need 2 cucumbers. Our cucumber is going to be very hydrating for our bodies, so a really good choice to have during the summer or any time when it's really warm and you just feel like you need to add a little hydration into your body. Grab a cucumber. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I prepped mine. So I already cut up one of my cucumbers in here, and I did this in half. So go ahead and cut up your cucumbers how you would like. So I will show you how I cut this one. So just be careful when you're cutting your cucumber. Go ahead and start off with a round circle shape first, and then cut that once again, and then you can get this shape. I'm gonna go, oops, my cucumber fell in my cilantro. So we're gonna toss that into our bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and just chop the rest of this and move on. And as you can see, I went ahead and chopped all of these up. So let's move on to our next ingredient. Our second ingredient will be 1 can of black beans. Our black beans is going to be a great source of protein and soluble fiber. So if you did not know that, yes, our black beans contain protein. So you can get protein on other items besides meat. So this is a really good source of it. So I went ahead and took the lid off my can already and drained the juice out of it. So we have our can right here. Then go ahead and just toss this in our bowl as well. All right. And now that we have our black beans in here, we can move on to our next ingredient. For our third ingredient, you'll need 1 cup of tomatoes. Our tomatoes, they're going to be a good source of potassium, vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate. As you can see, I already prepped my tomatoes here, and I do have grape tomatoes, so there's a variety of tomatoes you can find at your grocery store or your garden. Now, I wanted to make this nice and easy. I already measured it out in my cup first, and then I set it in my bowl after. I'm just going to show you very quickly how I cut this. So just cut it in half. You could leave it whole if you would like, or cut them in half how I did. I'm going to go ahead and grab my bowl and toss my tomatoes in here. If you notice, this is very similar to a lot of ingredients you might put in a salsa. I'm going to grab my spoon and just start mixing these ingredients I have in here so far. So we have our green color, we have our protein, we have some red color, and here we have it so far. So let's move on to our next ingredient. Our fourth ingredient will be 1/4 cup of cilantro. Our cilantro, it's going to be a good source of antioxidants, so it's going to help fight off all the bad stuff going into our body and just get rid of all those free radicals. And as you can see, I discarded the stem off of my cilantro just because I don't want to use these here. And one little fun fact about it. Do you know if cilantro is a fruit, a vegetable, or an herb? If you guess an herb, you're right. So this is used a lot for flavoring dishes, so that's what I wanted to use it for today in my dish. So I wanted to add some flavoring. So once I discarded the stems off my cilantro, I just went ahead and just started chopping away. And then I used my 1/4 cup right here, and then I tossed it into my bowl. So I already have some measured out, but I could go ahead and just add what I just chopped up. And we'll grab our bowl once again and toss our cilantro. And go ahead and just mix that up. All right, then we can move on to our next ingredient. For our fifth ingredient, you'll need 1/2 cup of a red onion. Our red onion is going to be a good source of vitamin C, so it's going to be really good for your immune system, so it's going to help you from getting sick. And since I'm saying it's going to help you from getting sick, it's considered nature's medicine. So onions, ginger, and garlic are all considered nature's medicine. That's really neat that you can say that about food. And as you can see, I already chopped some of mine up just because onions make me cry. I don't know about you, but they probably do. And it'd be really nice if I had some goggles on me right now. So I just went ahead and finally chopped my onions here. And this is the last final ingredient in our salad before we get onto our dressing. We'll just toss our onions in here. Do one last mix with all of our salad ingredients. And here is our final salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I made my dressing. Now for our dressing. This is my favorite part about making salads, is creating my own dressing, just because I get to add as much as I would like into it versus just getting a bottle from the store. Those are very tasty, but there's just a lot of added stuff into it. Now I'm gonna show you how I make my dressing. The first thing I'm gonna start off with is 1/3 cup of olive oil. So I'm going to be making a lemon vinaigrette today. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with this. We're going to drip our olive oil into here. And the fun thing when creating your dressing as well, you get to do a little science experiment with it. So we're going to create something called an emulsion. So because 2 ingredients here do not mix naturally, we have to add something to contain them together and hold them together. So I'm going to show you and explain which ingredients don't combine and what's going to help hold them together. So we have our olive oil, and now onto our apple cider vinegar. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of our apple cider vinegar. So we have 1 and 2. So you can use 1 tablespoon or 2 just because apple cider vinegar has a very strong flavor. So can you already see here, there's a couple bubbles forming in there just because those are not mixing together. So can you guess already which ones are not mixing together? That's right, it's our olive oil and our apple cider vinegar. So our next ingredient, I'm going to use 1 lemon. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll this to get the juice out. And I have our juicer right here. So you can go ahead and just squeeze the juice straight into your mason jar, or you can use a juicer if you have one. Just going to go ahead and twist this. I just like using this juicer because it catches all the seeds onto here. So all of our seeds are in here. So I'm just going to take the lid off and pour our juice inside. So we have our juice now. And as you can see, they're all separating still. So we're going to move on to our ingredient that is going to hold everything together. So as you can see, I have honey here. So that's right, our honey is going to hold it all together. So I had it upside down to try to get that honey to drop down, but it's not dropping down. So I just got to open this up. Probably have to get my tablespoon. Let's see. Nope, looks like it's not moving. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab my tablespoon, scoop it out. So we have a tablespoon here. Toss that in. All right. There's our honey. And then the last ingredient, I'm going to be using garlic salt. You can go ahead and use salt if you do not have garlic salt. So I'm going to use half a teaspoon of garlic salt. Toss that in there. And then our last step is to just shake all this up together so we can mix. So you can see everything is just separated there. I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on and start shaking this up. So I'm just kind of hitting it now because our honey is really thick. As you can see, it's clumped together. All right, and there is our lemon dressing. And here we have our cucumber and black bean salad. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this super simple salad and salad dressing, as you can make this at home by yourself, and you can find this in your garden. So you can grow this or go to the grocery store, but I encourage you to grow these ingredients in your garden. So now that you watch me create this, I challenge you to do the same. But don't forget, be creative, tag us on social media, and I'll see you next time.